Guys, welcome to another episode of Mahjong Talk. I'm your host Peter Vong. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Okay, so seems like Mahjong Soul is having another event today. Let's see, the Celestial Moon Rabbit. Well, it looks like you have to win some games, and basically you just have to uncover what's underneath this panel here. But enough about that. Let's just get into the game right now. So, what I want to talk about today... Oh. Well, I guess I can't go into the golden room today because I don't have that much copper. That happens. That happens. So, today I want to talk about basically my experience actually through the community that I'm engaged with. I happen to meet someone who does voice acting, and you know, he was telling us about the industry, how it works, and I mentioned about me doing a YouTube channel and how I started doing this YouTube channel because one of my best friends was really into voice acting, and he wanted to do something that wasn't really like trying to delve deep into the voice acting industry, but more like just something to do for fun. And this was a friend I knew from high school, and basically we reconnected. He's been on the show a couple times. Well, actually, yeah, I think a couple times. It's my best friend John, and mainly as I was talking to the friend who's a voice actor, he mentioned to me, as if he asked me as if that is voice acting what I really want to do. And I thought about it for a while, because he'd mentioned something about, like, you know, holding back, like you don't want to hold back on what talent you have. And I thought about it for a long time, like actually for the whole week. And I'm thinking, like, you know, am I engaging with you guys because I'm holding back on actually doing like voice acting and stuff? And when I really thought about it, I was like, do I really want to, like, you know, just go to LA and do voice acting and all that stuff? And the truth of the matter is no, because I don't see myself actually just putting my life on hold just to do one thing, because I like a lot of things. As you guys know, if you guys have been with me for a while, you guys know that I'm really interested in anime, but it's not only just like animated works. It also goes into, you know, physics, mathematics, passive income, you know, like I'm trying to basically build my own destiny, as a word. Destiny, you know, that sort of thing. And, you know, there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of things I want to do. Like, for instance, like, yeah, I would like to try voice acting, but I would also like to try being a physics professor or a math professor. Now, obviously, I don't have a PhD in any of those, but, you know, I would like to be like that person that helps inspire people to get into math and physics. Like, even as like a high school teacher or something like that. But at the same time, I don't see myself doing that as a long-term career, because we humans, we like to change things up. And, you know, I don't want to be limited to just one career, you know? I mean, granted, I only work like in a factory, and I'm just basically not making as much as, say, like someone that works in an office. But at the same time, I would have to say I'm pretty happy, because I've met a lot of awesome people doing this channel, and one day I hope to meet you guys and give you the positive vibes that you guys so deserve. And, you know, I thought about like careers, opportunities, and all that stuff during this whole week, and the truth of the matter is that I was doing my morning stretches this morning, and I was thinking, you know, opportunities and how can I make this video work? And then I had a thought for a second, and I know it's not a mind-blowing thought, but it's a thought that just occurred to me, is that you can harness the talent and skill within yourself, but it takes two people to create an opportunity for yourself. Now, many people are into this mindset that basically like, oh, it's all about, I can only trust me and I can only go for what I want. At the same time, you need that other person to basically say, you're worth hiring, you're worth working for me, you're I mean, I wouldn't say worth, but more like, I find you skill enough to work for me, I find you reliable enough for me to put my trust in you to let you assist me in this job or this particular opportunity that I'm offering. And it's like that with like everything in society. Like even offering someone help, like just for a simple thing, like, picking up a little penny off the street or something like that. Or picking up, like, someone who dropped a bag of groceries in the parking lot. It takes two people to create opportunity, because, like, you could basically pick up that bag of groceries for that someone, and then someone could be like a CEO of a company, and then you basically engage in a conversation with this particular person, not knowing that they're a CEO, and then suddenly like, oh, this person seems pretty cool. It's like, oh, you're looking for a job? That, like, I'm actually like trying to hire from my particular company, that sort of thing. And these things snowball. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that happens all the time, but at the same time, it could happen. That could happen. That actually happened to one of the people that I used to hang out with. He was working at the Cheesecake Factory, and apparently he happened to meet one of his future bosses there, and he got engaged with her and started talking with her, and then basically she offered him a job there on the spot. Now, he doesn't work there anymore, but at the same time, opportunities like that can happen. It's just, I think basically the mindset of going into that is like, you have to keep in mind that those things can happen, but you shouldn't rely on those things to actually help you. Like, I mean, you shouldn't rely on those particular moments to actually elevate your life. That's what I mean. Because then you're going to be going through life and you're thinking that basically, oh, I work hard, I'm entitled to this and that and all that stuff. And that doesn't happen in reality, or at least in society, as it were. I hate using the word reality when it concerns just human affairs, because reality for me is just the physical world itself in general. Or it could be more than that. Like, like you guys know, I'm into mathematics as well. So there's also, there's a platonic reality where numbers only dwell, But of course, I'm not trying to put any mysticism to it. That's just one of my beliefs. Taking this south, okay. I think I should go for a half flush with this hand. And then I thought about, am I holding myself back from anything? And when I really, really thought hard about it, I was like, I don't think so. But at the same time, I'm a person that doesn't really look at his own talents. I just basically look at what it is that is in front of me, I guess. But at the same time, I try to predict the future at times. I sometimes look into the future way too much at times, and I'm trying to be more present. Yeah, I probably should go for a half flush. But then again, I don't know if I can get this. That's the thing. I mean, I'm getting the right tiles so far, besides these characters. Okay, that skipped my turn. And the thing of it is that, you guys probably are asking yourself the same question. Like, what am I good at? What is it that society values me for? And for me, I used to think that way, but now I think, I have too many interests. I have too many things that I want to get into. There are times when I really want to do voice acting, and there are times when I just want to do regular acting just to do it. But at the same time, I'm like, do I see myself doing it as a career? I'm like, no, I don't see myself doing it as a career. Because when you're trying to be an actor, you have to basically struggle to get auditions. You have to keep constantly doing auditions every day, and you have to constantly get rejected every time. And you don't get a stable income from that. Now I know this is me sounding like all fogey and old. It's like, oh, you should have a stable income that gives you insurance and all that stuff. Look, if you're into the life of basically just trying to see if you're going to be working the next day, go for it. But for me, I can't really live like that because I need at least some stability. Which is why I'm looking into things like passive income and, investing. Now, granted, I don't make that much money, but at the same time, I try to plan out what I do with my money. I'm not highly skilled at it. I will say that. I'm not like, oh, I'm like a financial advisor, like in the hiding or something like that. Like I'm not that skilled. But at the same time, I try to learn more about money and see how can I make money work for me, because that's the best hack that anyone can learn. Is like, how can I make money work for me? And that's what life is about. You basically just constantly learn and learn, and when you learn knowledge that actually helps elevate you to a point where you're like, oh wait, I'm actually doing better than, say, the person that I was envying years ago. So, it's all about just basically just constantly learning and building up this curve. Now, the thing of it is that when I say learn, I don't mean just academic learning, like reading from a book. It's just also about learning, getting experience as well. But the thing of it is that I think in the workplace, we kind of value experience too much now, because now on job descriptions, like for undergrads, they basically have to look at requirements on a job application, and they see that there's requirements like, oh, the person must have 2 years of experience in the industry, when in fact they were just in university, like probably like maybe a year ago, or maybe a few weeks ago. And it just kind of sucks that basically like people in the job market, they basically instantly put experiences, like the list of experiences they need, like such as 5 years of experience in this industry or 2 years of experience in this industry. It's basically like they just want to be lazy. It's like, I would have to say, yeah, I think the job market is that they basically want to be lazy on training people, because training people costs a lot more money. And I think basically it has elevated to this point where education has been dwindled, and that's why teachers have been feeling dissatisfied, because they're not being appreciated for what they do. Teachers should be paid more. I do follow that philosophy. They should be paid more. And also it has trained this environment of companies that have really bad managers and bad teachers, because they're really bad at teaching their employees how to actually conduct business. And like, that's no fault of the companies. It's just basically, it's just that people are not learning the skills they need to actually help elevate their employees, because not many people are taught how to teach. They're also not taught how to learn. Now, do I know how to learn? I would have to say maybe I'm starting to get decent at it, but at the same time, I'm not an expert because I haven't read the psychology about it. Granted that I like teaching myself stuff, I don't like putting myself through practice problems a lot. I just love reading stuff, and I basically love how reading some things can blow my mind on how I can basically think about things. Because during this week, I was thinking about like the physics stuff that I was learning, such as, velocity, acceleration, like all the boring stuff that you learn in the beginning. And then for some reason, the equations of velocity and acceleration, I'm not going to bore you with that, but at the same time, like, I was thinking about that, and how does that relate to the rotation of the planets? Like, why do the planets rotate? Why do they rotate on their axis? And why is it that they have orbits? And before I knew it, I realized that I was actually going to the subconscious of my mind, basically thinking about all the physics stuff that I learned, like, the simple equations and the simple idea, like, well, the concept of physics. And then I realized that all of them come together through those small concepts that I thought were just boring in the beginning, such as, velocity, distance, acceleration, all the basic stuff. You're like, duh, you should know that. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, that's how it fits together. Now, granted, I don't know if my little thought experiment or daydream in my head is correct with an actual physics point of view, but it seems like it's correct to me. And it makes more sense to actually know where these small little tiny steps come from. Because the reason why I got into physics and mathematics is because of, the multiverse, going into other worlds, time travel, all that exciting stuff that a lot of people love. Now, physicists don't like it when people get into physics because of those reasons, Because, like, yeah, you came here to learn physics. You didn't came here to learn time travel. You didn't come here to learn how to open a wormhole to the multiverse. I mean, that's cool, but at the same time, many physicists were like, we got professional standards to hold. You know, we are professors and we're meant to teach students how to know that the world is boring and all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying all professors are like that, but many professors just don't like how their profession has been reduced to, you know, this thing that could lead to mysticism or religious, like, superstition and all that stuff. Because some people do take it like that. I mean, for me, like, my view on mathematics could be kind of borderline between something that people would probably put religious faith in compared to, along with something that people would say is a logical pursuit. So I guess, like, people rely on religion to follow certain aspects of what is it they're missing in their life, you know? And this goes back to the main point of this video, which is basically like, why am I doing YouTube? I'm doing YouTube because I just want to talk about all these things. I want to talk about, you know, physics. I want to talk about, you know, like I want to also do silly voice impressions as well, you know. Ah, damn. Basically, what I want to talk about is just basically, it's okay to be silly. Just have a passion to be silly and be a kid again. And that's what being adult is all about. It's just basically reconnecting with your childhood self and your childhood interests. And I'm in 4th place again. Get a pod gif? Yep, I do. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to my main screen here. Okay, back to my main screen here. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you would like to follow me on social media, I have my Twitter and my Instagram, and you can DM me if you basically want some positive vibes to go your way. And also, if you like what you saw, consider hitting a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. And just remember, everyone is precious, you're as precious as everyone else, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.